Google keeps updating Notebook LM, which is great because sometimes they build things and then stop paying attention to it. So in theory, Notebook LM keeps getting better. Now, the new feature is Shorts, and we're going to test it out as we usually do. Hey, Luke from the future here. Just a quick note. As I was editing this video, Google announced that Notebook LM doesn't exist anymore. Now it's called Gemini Notebook, even though the URL is still Notebook LM. So I think I could say that it is. But anyway, it's called Gemini Notebook. But the important thing to know is it's exactly the same product. They didn't refresh anything. It's exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the name, Gemini Notebook. All right, that's it. So back to the video. Now, this particular course is one of the 5 courses in the 90-day program. Feel free to check that out. It's in the link in the description. It's, in my opinion, the best way to improve your English in 90 days. You get AI feedback on everything from pronunciation through assignments throughout the program, over 50 hours of video lessons, and my WhatsApp. All right, so the new thing, Shorts. It's right at the top here. It's featured. So let's just click on Shorts. And let me zoom in a little bit. Let's see how much control I have over it. So before, they created the explainer videos, basically generating a video, and I found those very useful. I found the overview videos really useful and really helpful. The slides are good. The infographics are pretty good. All good stuff. So I can do cinematic, I can do explainer, I can do short, and I'm going to do the new one, which is short. These are all the video options. The explainer is the one I tried before. Cinematic is not very useful for most, I feel like, not very useful for most learning content. So we're going to do a short, and I think with a short, we probably need to focus on something. So let's just do describing things. Can we do all of them? No, we have to choose one. Okay, and then generate. Let's see, the last things we did flashcards, we did the visual guide, we did the quiz, and blueprint for eloquence. What was that? Oh, that's right. That was our slide deck, and I remember being very impressed by how well put together and coherent the slide deck turned out. I'm curious if the audio overview options have changed, because before it was a bit limited. Okay, deep dive, brief, critique, debate. You can choose different languages now. That's pretty cool. This is cool. This is more options than I've seen before. So we're going to choose advanced, and we'll use default for the length, but I want it to be a critique. Oh, I want it to be a debate. I want them to debate the topic. That could be very interesting. I like these new settings for the audio overview. That's pretty cool. So let's try that too. Okay, and the video overview just brings up the same thing. You have those 3 options, explainer, short, and cinematic. All right, we've got our infographic first. Let's see how this one looks. Build your English, a master guide to sentence architecture. I know it looks a little small here, but let's just try to get a sense for it. Okay, this is just one page, so I guess we have to zoom in manually. Comparison, active versus passive. Focus on the doer, focus on the object. Someone took my pie. My pie was taken. I don't know if the visuals are doing a lot other than, okay, I see that they're making it invisible, the guy invisible, the Lego guy, or excuse me, I should say brick guy, because that makes it not focus on him. So I get what's happening there. I get that. Let's see, connecting ideas, conjunction, coordinating conjunction, fanboys, for, and then that one's kind of messed up. Got, or, tet, so. Oh, that's not right. Holy cow. What in the messed up text is that? I think it was trying to be a little over ambitious with the text here, and it's got quite a few issues. I don't know what that's supposed to say or that. I recognize although and because, and I suppose that's technically correct. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, gerunds. Can I zoom in further? Is that as much as I can zoom in? Am I able to? I'm not able to actually go over. That's kind of weird. All right, yeah, you know what? There are too many mistakes there. I'm a little not crazy about the infographic. Pretty happy with the slides that I had before, but the infographic, not so good. Too much in one picture. And if it's going to be there, it's got to be accurate, you know? Otherwise, what's the point? That's not useful. Let's listen to a bit of this.
Welcome to the debate. You know, if you think about writing software, there is this absolute expectation of precision.
Right. Oh, definitely.
Like, you don't just imply a line of code. You can't rely on the compiler to just, sort of understand the context of what you meant to build.
Yeah, the compiler doesn't care about your feelings or your context.
Exactly. It doesn't care. Every bracket, every syntax rule, every variable, it all must be placed exactly where the hard coding logic dictates. Or, well, the entire application crashes.
Right.
And when we look at our source material today on advanced English syntax, I honestly see language operating on that exact same principle.
That's not a very relatable start. People don't necessarily know those things. I feel like that's a weird way to start. Hasn't been a debate yet. Let's see how it goes. Let's see where it goes.
At its highest levels of complexity, strict structural hierarchy isn't just optional. It's the operating system.
See, I look at the exact same material, but I come at it from a completely different way.
Okay, let's hear it.
To me, a language isn't hard-coded software. It's much more like a machine learning algorithm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because it adapts.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's just her analogy. She's starting with her analogy. Now he's going to give his analogy. I see. But they're both kind of technical. When it says I chose the advanced option, I think it kind of misinterpreted that or interpreted it as, oh, I just have to make it advanced somehow. So let's do a coding analogy or let's do an analogy about operating systems and an analogy about language learning models. I don't think that's necessarily what advanced means. Advanced means who it's for. An English learner taking this course, wanting to understand it deeply on an advanced level, not necessarily about some random advanced thing as a comparison.
Right? It infers what you mean based on the surrounding data. When we look at truly advanced communication, those strict structural blueprints actually start to, well, fade into the background.
You think they fade?
I do. The rigid rules bend, and meaning is carried by the contextual environment, not just by, this rigid mathematical scaffolding.
And that fundamental tension right there is exactly what we are dissecting today. Because when we analyze complex sentence structures, things like relative clauses and conditional sentence.
You guys lost me. I'm sorry. Get to the point a little sooner. All right, what are we really here for? We're here for the shorts. So here we go. 1 minute and 9 seconds. How English conditionals signal reality. See how much they can say in 1 minute.
How do English conditional sentences
All right,
signal...
hold on. Let me see if I can full screen this.
How do English conditional sentences signal exactly how real a situation is? Let's look at a simple scenario. Rain and staying home. At the top of our reality scale is the 0 conditional. If it rains, we stay home. Both verbs are in the present tense, signaling a 100% true fact. Move down a step to the first conditional. If it rains tomorrow, we will stay home. We added a future marker, signaling a highly likely real plan. But what if the sky is completely clear and you just want to imagine a hypothetical scenario? You use the second conditional by pushing the verbs backward in time. If it rained, we would stay home. The past tense severs the scenario from present reality, creating a dream. At 0% reality, we have the third conditional. If it had rained, we would have stayed home. Pushing the verbs even deeper into the past describes an impossible, unchangeable timeline. And just like that, our rain scenario is resolved. Changing the verbs shifted it all the way from a universal fact to an impossible past.
Okay. I like that they are doing the visual thing. It's kind of like an animation. That's kind of cool. However, it's a little small. Even if I zoom way in, some of those examples are, because it's one line, the text was really small. If you're looking at that on a phone, it's going to be really, really tiny and hard to even see what that says. So visually, that could have been, I think, better. But, the examples and the way that it explained the examples, I thought that was pretty good. Pretty good. Visually could have been better. Okay, and then we have the last one here, how participle phrases paint pictures. Here we go.
To paint vivid mental images with words, you need a tool called a participle phrase, because simple subject-verb sentences deliver bare facts, but completely fail to set the scene. Take this bare-bones fact. Thelma approached the sleeping lion. To make the reader actually see this moment, we need a descriptive block. We build it using an action word as an adjective, like trembling with fear. This block establishes the character's physical state right as they move. Place this phrase at the very beginning of the sentence, and you force the reader's brain to picture Thelma's exact condition before she takes a step. But there's a trap. This block is highly magnetic. It automatically attaches to the very first noun it touches after the comma. So if you write, "Stricken with terror, the lion moved closer," the grammar forces the reader to picture a terrified lion. When your descriptive block hooks on to the wrong subject, it's called a dangling modifier. To render the correct picture, the character experiencing the feeling must sit immediately after the comma so the magnetic link connects properly. And that flat, factual sentence from the beginning, it becomes a cinematic shot. Trembling with fear, Thelma approached the sleeping lion.
Wow, that one was very impressive. The concepts, it's accurate. Understanding how to lay it out, highlighting specific text, creating the visual of the lion, the misunderstanding with the lion and Thelma. If you say the lion first, everything about that was just great. That was so well laid out. I might actually post that as a short on my channel. That was really, really good. That was very impressive. So I guess if you're really trying to zoom in on one concept, just like the video overview, I was really impressed with the video overview that I tested not last time. Was it last time? Maybe it was last time. I don't remember. The time before last, I think. I was really impressed with how they structure it and lay it out. The first one was, okay. But this one, I felt, gets the ideas across really intuitively and actually helps simplify the concept visually with a bit of animation without losing any of the accuracy. Again, very, very impressive. All right, what do we think, Pi? Good or not good?
Yes.
What? Video, the voiceover, good or not good?
Good or not good?
Maybe okay, not too bad. The infographic, good or not good?
That one.
Yes, that's right. Not very good. Too, not very accurate, right? Too messed up.
This off.
And then the shorts, good or not good? The shorts, good or not good?
Yes.
What? Yes, what? I would say at least one of them very, very good. Very, very, very good and very, very cool. Say, hey, good job, Google.
Hey, good job, Google.
Nice. Say, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Say, check out the 90-day program.
Check out the 90-day program.
Close enough.